What you watching? I got meal. Let me see. That ain't nothing but Secretary say. You open that up. And tell me what it say. Mm. It ain't nothing here. See what this nonsense is. Oh, these little light drivers like these little stupid people. I don't care about. I got some more meal. What's this? Oh, that's what does my license and everything. I ain't got time for that nonsense. Oh, Lily, come here. Lock my car door. Mm-mm. Where's my doors in the car? What is happening right now? You sure you had to do it that many times? Okay. Okay.
It's the opening round of the NFL playoffs, and EA Sports continues its coverage of Super Wild Card Weekend. It's the Bengals and the Texans coming up next.
And we are underway in this AFC Wild Card Weekend contest. Here's KaVontae Turpin on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here come the Bengals, ready for their opening drive. They're led out by the legend over in LSU, the former #1 overall pick in 2020, Joe Burrow.
That's a loss last week, Kate, that he wears. He's worn it all week long, and I know he isn't the only guy out there. There's 11 on the side on every play. A couple of interceptions. He's going to hold himself accountable. A lot of work's gone into making sure this week's game is an improvement on that.
Right to the air, Burrow. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Burrow setting up the play action. Oh, he was on the move, and so was the defense, and they take him down. On third down, here's Burrow. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete, fourth down coming up.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Hunter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. So now it's the Texans' turn to take the field for the first time. And bringing them out, a tireless worker since being drafted out of Tennessee back in 2017, Joshua Dobbs.
Don't think for a second, Kate, he hasn't heard the noise. Read the comments from the keyboard warriors who say they just want somebody else leading this team. But let me let you in on a little secret. Those criticisms, they can fuel quarterbacks. Make that chip on the shoulder even bigger to prove people wrong and to show I really do belong in this league.
It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Keeping it with Mixon. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. First down, ball at the 36. Motion man is the tight end here, going left. Escapes the pocket.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
Second down now, 7 to go. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
He's on the move. He's running for it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Looking to throw, Dobbs. State Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. All right, here we go. Second down.
Brings up second and 16 at the 32-yard line.
Trying again, following the sack. And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. Extra DB out there for the Bengals. Third down coming. Back to throw, Dobbs. Escapes the pocket. And they bring him down around the 34. They send out Greg Zuerlein for the field goal. It'll be 51 yards from the left hash. It's far enough, but no good. He sent it just a little bit right. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. And that's going to be batted away. Incomplete, so pretty ho-hum way to wrap up our first quarter. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Into the hands of Gesicki. Complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. They've got first down from the 31. Play action now. Burrow. Flushed out of the pocket. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Another try following the sack. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Burrow setting to throw. Has a man. It's Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25. And on fourth down, out comes the Bengals field goal team and Evan McPherson. It is a 44-yard look from the right hash. Butker knocks it through. And they're on the board.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
On the return, here comes Tank Dell. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. This Texans offense readied up for its second drive of the contest. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And he found some running room for a nice gain. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Connection made to Dell. And he'll get them enough for a first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. 1st and 10, a run to Mixon. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Throwing off the play fake here. Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Dobbs. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. Taking the deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
They go play action here. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
Brings up a 3rd down.
Throwing is Dobbs. Pass caught by Mixon. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
That's another Houston Texans.
Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. It's a 3-yard pickup on that run, and that takes us to the... Welcome back. We'll begin this second quarter with the Texans in possession. They'll have second down as they look to continue this good drive. From the 34. Buying some time right. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Here's Dobbs now. Complete beyond the marker. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10. They send a man in motion. From the red zone now. Completed to Collins. And he'll go down here at the 16. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 16. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Dobbs. He's on the move. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. So here he is, getting his second field goal look of the half. This is a 42-yard look from the left hash. Bass's kick is good. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
Well, he moved past that earlier miss pretty quickly here, Kate. Nice to see that. And now he can carry a little momentum with him to end this opening half.
This return starts at the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. The Cincinnati offense headed out now. And they brought out their kicker for a field goal their last possession. This time they'll look to bring him out for an extra point instead. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. First give of the game here to Chase Brown. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Now Burrow. That's complete. Here's Brown. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. The Bengals send out the punting unit. And he's getting the call for the second time this game. And he's just going to fair catch that one at the 24-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it's going to be Texans football. The Houston offense out and ready to set up shop. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. To the air, Dobbs. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Look at Cam Taylor-Britt getting up there to track that one down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Diggs there to bring it in. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Here's Dobbs. Into the hands of Schultz. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. They'll motion him out of the backfield left. Has a man. It's Brooks. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Mixon on the counter. And they'll 6-yard pickup. That was Geno Stone up there to make that play.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up
2nd and 4. Has his man. It's Mixon. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. A give to Mixon up the middle. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. They send out Greg Zuerlein for the field goal. This a 54-yarder. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
So now here comes the Bengals on offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Straight ahead, it's Brown. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. That stop coming from Henry To'o. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. That's Gesicki, he's got it! And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Burrow from the gun. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Burrow out of the shotgun. And he gets him around 6 there. Derek Stingley putting that play to bed. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at NRG. The Bengals with the football. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Here we go. To throw again, it's Burrow. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Their punter making his way out now. Stephon Diggs deep to return. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. The Texans and running back Joe Mixon headed out for their next series. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. Back to throw, Dobbs. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down. Looking to throw, Dobbs. Escapes the pocket. Now he takes it. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it sets up a Houston first. Pass play now. He's got him. That's Mixon. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. Here's 2nd and 11. And that's incomplete, and he's happy to have that one fall compared to, well, the alternative. Looked like it was going to be picked there. 3rd and long for him here. Schultz with the catch. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. Texans going to kick this away on 4th, and it's Tommy Townsend on for the punt. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. They're out and set, 1st and 10. The Bengal offense getting the football late in the first half. 1st down, Burrow to throw. Into the hands of Gesicki, complete. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down. 2nd and 3. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Burrow splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. On 1st down, here's Burrow. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Looking to throw. That throw finds Jamar Chase. And he takes this out after crossing the 45. He'll throw it. Throwing for the end zone. somehow they've reached the end zone with no time remaining in the half. Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. And his kick is good. What an ending to our opening half as they take the lead. We'll catch up with the rest of the league later on. We're right through halftime and on to the start of the third quarter. Dell now to return it. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now here's the Houston offense. They've got it first to begin the third. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They go play action here. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing is Dobbs. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
That's good for a Houston Texans.
Now a give to Mixon. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. On the ground again with Mixon. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. A give. This is Mixon. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Now they send their back in motion right. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the Bengals bring it out a 5th DB. They're in the nickel, 3rd down. On the move. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. They send out Greg Zuerlein for the field goal. Ball on the right hash, 48 yards out. Bass's kick is good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Like the best kickers in this league, he's just keeping on with his job. That's a 3rd now. He's knocked through the uprights. 3 at a time's not going to get it done in this game, though. Eventually, they got to start running them out for some PATs.
And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here come the Bengals to take over once again. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the 2nd half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every 1st down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
And he's going to be brought down at the 42. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Slot receiver headed left. 1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing is Burrow. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up 3rd down. They've got a man in motion. On 3rd down, here's Burrow. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch. Punting unit out now. And they could really use a good one here. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out. And indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. Out now come the Texans on offense. And they settled for a field goal on their last series, so points are a positive, but they'll look to upgrade to a touchdown here. This is ahead for about 5. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. It's Mixon on second down. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Look at Cam Taylor-Britt getting up there to track that one down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. The Texans set to punt. And this is the second time he's been brought on to kick it. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. And a fair catch made without incident just inside the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Cincinnati just about set for its next offensive possession. They didn't add to their lead last time out, so they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Brown on the inside give. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. They'll run again with Brown. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. New set of downs for him at the 38. First down, and they go right back to him. And that carry gets him up to the 44 on the solid gain. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Here's Brown again. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Jalen Petrie there on the stop. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Throwing from the gun. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. New set of downs for him from the 46. Now Burrow. This one taken in by Chase. And he works this to the 38 before going down. 2nd and 3 now. A run with Brown. And they're able to haul him down, and that's going to wrap up this 3rd quarter. Set, 1st and 10. Burrow back to throw. Got a man, it's Gesicki. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. On target to his man Higgins. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. On the handoff, this is Brown. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. So now here's 3rd and 5. Burrow out of the shotgun. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Looking to throw, Burrow. And the catch is made. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals grow the lead to 7. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. McPherson at the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bengals grow their lead to 8.
Texans 9.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Now we get a look at this Texans offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Keeping it with Mixon. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Running with Mixon out of the gun. And he's brought down for a loss. Extra DB out there for the Bengals. 3rd down coming. Doms has his man. It's Mixon. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They'll bring out the punter here. Tommy Townsend will kick it away. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And he calls for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 14-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it'll be Bengals football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. The new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. One of the tight ends motioning right. Burrow from the gun. Rolling left, buying some time. He can run it.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Has him on the quick hitter. No one around. He's got space. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. From the gun, a give to Brown. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Out of the shotgun, Burrow completes this one to Chase. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Burrow. He's got the Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals take this one on the road. And you never want to count out those wild card teams once the postseason begins, right? We've seen a few go on magical runs before, and they've officially begun theirs here, fighting their way to next week's divisional round games. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Bengals emerge as winners, as we'll see you next time from Houston.
It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll get a look here at Caleb Williams. He's going to have to air it out plenty.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And a peek at the man under center. He has 5 full years in the league under his belt, now in year number 6.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The numbers for Walker from last week's effort: 22 carries, 85 yards.
And their success running the ball in the previous game has to give them a lot of confidence, but they also understand going against a top 5 rush defense means you have to have a lot of offense in your game plan. Misdirection, counters, power game, maybe even some quarterback run to take the heat off of the running back.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now McCarthy. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. To the air with McCarthy. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Lions are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And leading the charge, we get a look at their 6-year quarterback.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receivers. Because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Yeah, and that last week effort, he threw for well over 400 yards. Man who played collegiately nearby in Athens for the Bulldogs, James Cook. He was trying to turn the corner, but he will go nowhere. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Looking to throw is Williams. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Falcons offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. And he's run the ball well to this point in the season, right there in the mix for NFL leaders in rushing. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they've got to be breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief. The first time you throw the football winds up being picked, but fortunately for them, it does not lead to points.
Well, that tells you about team football, doesn't it? Everybody gets together. What's that term they use? Complementary football? Okay, he threw the pick. The defense got together and said, hey, let's shut them down. Let's not turn it into points. They did exactly that. Now he gets a fresh start, a clean slate.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. This now a 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Throw out wide to Walker. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return, and the Lions will take over. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Cook again. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run the counter with Cook. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. The Lions at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. They're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Up the middle, it's Cook. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. 2nd down and 3. Throwing is Williams. And he will find his man on the outside. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 7 catches, 84 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to the ground, Cook. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Williams. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. To the air, Williams. Flushed out right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Caleb Williams. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Lions will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's McCarthy. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Lions to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Here's Williams. And Gresham's got it over the middle. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
He's brought down at the 31. A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, Detroit.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter. From the 35, here's 2nd and 6. As they've got it as we resume action. Over the middle, complete. It's Phillips. And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain. To throw, Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Cook up the gut. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play action. Now Williams. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack. It looked like they were trying to get him outside there, but this defense had different plans.
Yeah, they really had an outside-in kind of a pass rush. It's almost like when you're covering a punt. You can't let him get to the outside and get to the sideline. You force him to stay in the middle of the field, and they did exactly that and made the play.
They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
I like the thinking there because right after a sack, it can be a great time to call for a screen to your running back and use the eagerness of the defense against him. Able to gain some positive yards out of this one and make things a little bit easier for him on 3rd down.
Throw left side complete. That's Phillips. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And here now come the Falcons. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech, but I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
On play action, now McCarthy. He's going to look deep for more. Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Lions are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
James Cook running back out now. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Phillips. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. Give to Cook out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Williams setting up the screen for Cook. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Off the bootleg, it's Williams. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll go play action here with Williams. That's complete right around the 8. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. To the air once more, Williams. And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Cook. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Again, it's Cook. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. James Cook, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to add on to that lead.
Well, Brandon, he just followed his nose, and his nose took him to the end zone. But how about the big guys up front, giving him at least a stalemate in order to find that space?
Yeah, the O-line won the battle in the trenches there, didn't they? Extra point right down the middle, and that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He's been picked off twice in this ball game already. And he'll try to sort things out here as they begin with a 1st down. Moore, the motion man. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
And this will be a Falcons 1st down as he's able to get this up past the 40. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
And for a sec, defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. He finds his man, complete. That's Rhodes. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's Jake Bailey now. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. James Cook running back out now. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. 2nd and 6. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Williams. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Taken from just outside the 30. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Looking to throw McCarthy. That one complete. It's Tank Dell. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards, 1st down Atlanta. Throwing is McCarthy. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you, all right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Williams now. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun. Williams got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Right back to Cook for another completion. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll begin up in the Steel City, Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Jordan Love, strong in the victory, as his guys looked better than a team that had won just one game coming in. From there, let's head up to Cincinnati, Ohio, to check in on the Bengals at home at Paycor Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Joe Burrow, throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. 2 touchdown passes there for Tua Tagovailoa. We saw some strong work from James Cook in that first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far. But there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on 3rd. They'll fake the give. Now Williams. Rolling to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. The Falcons offense and J.J. McCarthy getting ready to go back to work. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. To the air with McCarthy. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Defenders are always happy anytime they can sack a quarterback for a loss of 10 or more yards. There's an example there. High fives all around.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Straight ahead, Walker. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you've got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. And here's a timeout. Wow. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Off the play fake, it's Williams. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the 1st down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the 1st drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta regains possession of the football. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now McCarthy. Got his man, Dell. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Walker. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2nd down and 4. McCarthy off the play fake. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tank Dell, 55 yards. And the Falcons are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. Second down. Second down and 8. They run it again with Cook. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this will be taken at the 13. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And it will be Falcon football. Atlanta now coming out on the field. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
They'll look to throw now on first down. To the right side and caught by Dell. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Here's McCarthy. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. The slot man in motion right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Operating from the gun. McCarthy. He finds his man. Complete. It's Rhodes. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now third down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And that is incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
And Detroit back in possession of the football. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Handoff comes to Cook. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Throwing is Williams. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And they will take over 1st and 10. They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. That's complete to Dell. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.